Hey there, everybody, the Voice of Sora Cheeks here. I wanted to thank you for your time here in this fanfiction by yours truly. Before we get started, I just want to go over a few things. First off, this is my first fanfic ever, but there's a reason why I'm doing this. In short, I felt the need that I had to prove my skills right before I go into writing regular books. If you like it, great, it'll help by telling me what you did like. If you didn't, tell me what I need to improve on. Sadly, my teammates aren't helping me at the current moment. I'll attempt to do the voices at the very least, but that isn't my main focus. The second thing I want to state is that this fic leans more so in Twilight Sparkle. While I was typing this up, it was before the whole Twilight becoming an alicorn. I should also point out that the other ponies and Spike are also present throughout the story, but the main focus isn't on them. I'm not saying they don't have their moments, and I did my best to portray them in the best light. If this does well, I will continue the next few chapters and introduce some characters that will also play to the weakness of the group. However, there isn't much hinting of that in the first 5 chapters. I won't go into much detail about the weaknesses, mostly because it was already explained in the previous generations of the show, such as the problems with teleportation, or rather what the previous generations called winking, along with the problems that the Pegasi ponies have to deal with. This would imply that Rainbow Dash would have a lot harder of a time than what many would have come to expect, but that would bring forth more conflict later on with all that building up. There's going to be a few other references, but almost every reference has next to no demeanor on the main storyline. The only other reference that plays a more major part of the story is the speech known as Pasha, which just flat out is otherworldly. If you aren't aware of where they originated or the form of energy they use, you will live without knowing. If you can connect the dots, fantastic. But it isn't going to be the most important thing. This is usually a bigger problem when it comes to fanfics, which is why I'm going to address it right now. Original characters. Before you click on something else or have a heart attack, allow me to explain. First off, there isn't very many, and well over 3/4 of them are antagonists. As of yet, there's only one that interacts with the group closely for a few different reasons, and that character provides a lot of support for the group because of the situation. Once again, the story revolves more so around Twilight, but every pony gets their moments. And now, without further ado, I shall read the prologue before the first chapter. Prologue. The whistling sounds of the gentle breeze as dawn approaches Ponyville. However, one of these ponies were awoken rather abruptly by a certain young purple dragon. Twilight. Spike shook the violently on her shoulders. Twilight gave a bit of a groan as she sat up. What's the matter, Spike? She gave a tired yawn afterwards. Sorry to wake you, but you see, Princess... Well, I went off a sigh as she interrupted. Couldn't have waited for like an hour, Spike. I'm sure Princess Celestia's message could have waited. But it isn't from Celestia. Princess Luna has a big favor to ask of you and everybody else. She didn't say what, but she did request that you do not tell Celestia. I guess she's still having some worries after the whole Nightmare Moon incident. Twilight rubbed her eyes just a bit, trying to wake up. Using her mouth, she looked up a hairbrush to fix her mane. Did it say anything else, Spike? No, you have to read it. Very funny. Twilight finished brushing up and leaped from the bed, placing the hairbrush back in its proper place. Well, that's pretty much it. I guess she didn't want to say in the letter. Must be important, so I'll come too. Plus, she sells the tickets. No, Spike. You'll stay here. Oh, but Twilight, please. You might need my help like last time. You gave a bright smile in hopes that she'll bring him along. Twilight gave it a thought and finally slipped a soft smiling nod. Well, I guess you have a point. Let's get everybody else. We're going to Canterlot.
Hope you enjoy the prologue. See you next time on Chapter 1, Answering the Call. Right? What happened to my voice? Maybe I should continue to talk like this. You are jealous because I know real unicorn and Pegasus.
Chapter 1. Answering the Call. Oh my gosh. I still can't believe that we was going to send us on a top-secret mission. Where? The Gathering Gorge? Niagara Falls? Hayseed Swamps? Pinkie bounced off the train eagerly. Pinkie Pie, dear, you mustn't say those things. Rarity tried to explain. Despite that I wouldn't mind a trip to Niagara Falls with a special sun pony. It really wouldn't be a secret mission if every pony knows about it. Applejack gave a small chuckle. Oh, relax, Rarity. Ain't no pony else around anyway. Yeah, and every pony knows any pony already knows, silly. Pinkie gave a gleeful grin. Wait, what? I didn't see any around. Don't even reckon they'll be up at this hour. No, silly there. Can we get a move on, please? Rainbow Dash sounded irritated. It is already late as it is. Twilight trotted out in front of them and spoke in a whisper. Listen, girls, Luna would be mean us at the castle. We shouldn't keep her waiting. Oh, Twilight. Flashlight also whispered what seemed impossible to hear. I was wondering, do you think we could visit the, I'm sure we can go wherever real quickly after we speak to the princess. The 7 of them, Twilight, Rarity, Pinkie, Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Flashlight, and Spike, headed to the castle. Funny how every noise seems to be amplified and the shadows appear larger. Needless to say that Flashlight clung onto some other pony quite a few times. However, despite the fuss, they finally made it there, going past the guards and heading where Luna was waiting, back in the gardens. After lowering their heads in a sign of respect, Luna quickly spoke up with a slight smile. There's no need for that, Twilight sparkled. Nevertheless, I am very thankful you showed up. Twilight nodded. What seems to be trouble with all this being surreptitious? Yes, you deserve an explanation after the trouble you came through. Can you make it a short version, please? If that isn't asking too much. Rainbow Dash stroked a bit, shaking her head. I am sorry, but there's too much to simply explain. But I'll try to sum up. You are aware we're having concern the Crimson Moon. I heard something about that, Applejack replied. Ain't that the time to harvest some crops? Undeniably, that is one of the things that happens to signify. Wait, you're telling us something about what happened to all them their crops this year? If only it was all that undemanding. I shall start at the beginning. Ages ago, even before I became Nightmare Moon, there was a yellow meteor that raced through the sky. Twilight tilted her head in a bit of uncertainty. You mean it never landed? That is correct. Luna nodded to confirm what Twilight was implying. After a decrease in its speed, this rock formed into a small island, or perhaps it was already as such. We don't know. Only much later, Pegasi was sent to investigate, but only to find out this island was already inhabited by much stranger being ponies who used some form of magic different from unicorns, and they appeared with the eyes of a predator, a beak like a bird, hooves like a goat, and a tail like a lizard. But there is no floating island in the sky. Those are just in stories. We would have seen Alice. Some pony made them invisible. That is a sound hypothesis, Twilight sparkled. Before I became Nightmare Moon, I was well known by them. Even though they respected the Princess of Equestria, they favored the night for reasons I am unsure of myself. I could only imagine how remarkably different their fashion must be even back then. They must have thought that they'll scare every pony else that saw them, Rarity gasped. Yes, they seem a bit odd and unnatural, but also quicker than anything I've ever seen and a sharper mind than even the most gifted students. I can't wait to give one of these ponies a good rate just to see how fast these ponies really are. Rainbow Dash practically shouting confidence that no pony can match her speed. Rainbow Dash, let's not yell so loudly. You might wake some pony. Flashlight softly spoke. Maybe this wouldn't be so bad after all. Let's let Princess Luna finish. I'm getting really curious now. Twilight pointed out. As I was stating, when I became Nightmare Moon and promised eternal night, I had their support and used my own magic to protect them. Needless to say, my sister defeated me before I could rally them together. I thought that, like me, they were trapped in that magic and simply fans forever. It appears that they have much to learn about how such things work. Luna used her magic to lift up a strange orb nearby, hidden in the person displayed in front of them. That looks like honey drop candy. Is there any more around? Pinkie Pie squealed happily. No. This was sent by them, which contained a message. I would like to say what it is called, but even I don't know what it is called or how it fully works. Luna looked towards the orb and stated, Play message. The ordinary submarine server, as it spoke with the voice of a cult, or so it seemed. Luna, hope this message reaches you. Some terror which waken this floating island of the Pasha. We believe that this entity will reawaken and restore both of our homelands. Please, please, please send help any way you can. The island should reappear on the first Crimson Moon. The message ended here. That first moon should be tomorrow, I reckon, right? Applejack inquired. Luna, no, I confirm what Applejack just said. Those Pashas, I know not when they have shown or why, but they have been there long before us, watching and waiting. Luna then gave a sigh and shook her head sadly. Yeah, some point should go out there and tell them to stop watching us, like we're some sort of show. Those peeping Toms. Pinky shouted out. Twilight rolled her eyes at Pinky's comment. I'm sure that is a pretty kind of thing. After all, the mere observation would change how their factors end up, especially if the subjects know. But still, why the big secret? It is because, sad to say, we can't do anything about them. Not to mention that we thought that they were forever gone. But if they were calling out for help, it must be something terrible. Luna walked past them. It is one of the most difficult decisions of leaders to decide what is better for their patrons, to shield and guide them away from harm, or grant their freedom and let them choose how they live, even if that means costing them their lives. Twilight Sparkle, Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash, Applejack, Rarity, Fluttershy, and yes, you too, Spike. I request your help to assist them in their impress or time of need. What kind of request is that? Of course we're going to help. Rainbow Dash confidently spoke out. Why shucks, saving quest is like a second job for us. Applejack gave a tilt of her hat. Those Fluttershy seem a bit scary. I think I'll stay behind. Fluttershy backed away a little. Oh, come on, Fluttershy. Twilight tried to comfort her. I'm sure there must be a ton of wonderful animals there as well. Or that's what Deerwind believed. I guess I'll go then. Rarity gave a bit of a scoff. Saving quest is fine, but you can't expect me to go so unprepared for a long voyage. Don't worry about that, Rarity. Spike quickly responded. I'll head back to Ponyville, get every Pony's things, and be back before you leave. It'll be easier that way. Oh, Spike, how sweet you are. Alright, listen, well, we will need. Rarity continued to speak as Spike wrote everything down. Pinkie Pie giggled with excitement. You know what this means? A slumber party I can't a lot. Luna gave a small smile. Let's not get too excited, Pinkie. Remember, my sister shouldn't hear a word of this. I personally prepared a room for each of you, just in case. Great, then it's settled. We'll stay here tonight, Spike will get what we need back in Ponyville. By the way, what is the land of Flash's called, Luna? Twilight inquired. They call it...
I hope you enjoyed the first chapter of the fanfiction, The Crimson Moon Chronicles, by yours truly. Join me next time for Chapter 2, The Journey to New Lands. I know real unicorns and back outside.